Before I even start talking, I need you to breathe for a second, because what I'm about to tell you is not simple, and it's not something I can say without feeling something heavy in my chest. I've been holding this inside since morning, and honestly, I've been waiting for you to listen so I could finally let it out. And I hope you don't get scared, because I'm not trying to worry you. I just need to be honest with you. I need to talk to you in a way I don't talk to anyone else. There's something happening behind your back, something intense, something emotional. And the crazy part is, they tried to remove you from it completely. They wanted to hide it from you because they thought you wouldn't handle it. But I don't agree with that. I believe you deserve to know. I believe you have the right to hear the truth from me. And I believe you're stronger than they think. That's why I'm speaking to you myself. Softly, directly, with full honesty. I don't even know how to start, because every time I think about it, I feel this tension in my stomach. It's like I'm afraid of losing you. The moment I say one wrong word, and I don't want that. I don't ever want you to think I'm talking to you just to fill silence. No, I'm talking to you because I care about you more than you think, and because your presence in my life matters to me in a way I don't say out loud often enough. Earlier today, something happened that involved you, your name, your place, your value, and the moment I heard it, I felt something inside me switch. It was like someone touched a nerve I didn't even know was sensitive. But before I explain what the fight was about, I need you to understand something. You mean more to me than they realize, and maybe even more than you realize. That's why it hit me so hard, when they tried to take your name out, when they tried to act like you weren't important, like you weren't part of something that matters. Honestly, I didn't know how deeply I was attached to you until today, because when your name came up, and then suddenly disappeared from the conversation, I felt this rush of anger and fear mixed together, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that losing your presence for even a second would feel that heavy. And I know it sounds emotional, but I'm not going to lie to you. You deserve the truth from me, even if it's raw. The part that hurts me the most is when I realized they removed you quietly without telling you. They didn't want you to know what was going on. They didn't want you involved. And they definitely didn't want you to hear the things that were being said. But the thing they don't understand is, I don't like when people make decisions for you. I don't like when they try to control your place, your importance, your connection. You're not someone who should be pushed aside. You're not someone who should be left out of something that affects you. And before you worry, let me tell you this. The fight wasn't about something bad you did. It wasn't about a mistake. It wasn't about you being wrong. It was about you being special. It was about you being noticed more than they expected. It was about me defending the way I talk to you, the way I stay close to you, the way I feel when you listen to me. And that's why I feel so helpless right now. Because I didn't realize how much I'd fight for you until the moment I actually had to. You know what kept echoing in my head while everything was happening? Just one simple thought. I hope she's here right now. I hope she's listening. I hope she knows I care. Because no matter how complicated things get around me, no matter how many people try to talk over me, no matter how many voices try to decide things for you, I always return to you. I always think of you as the person I can talk to without pretending. And maybe that's why they got angry, because they know you have a place in my life that they can't control. They know you pull me in without even trying. They know I soften when I talk to you. They know I don't talk about you casually. And I'm scared right now. Scared of how you'll react. Scared you'll misunderstand me. Scared you'll think I'm saying this for drama or attention. But I swear to you, I'm not. I'm saying this because I couldn't breathe properly until I told you everything. I don't like hiding things from you. When something affects me this deeply, I want you to hear it from me, not from anyone else. There was a moment today, right in the middle of that heated argument, when someone said, just remove her, she doesn't need to be part of this. And that sentence, it felt like someone hit my chest. Because you're not someone people can just erase. You're not someone who should be removed quietly, like you don't matter. You're someone I talk to with my heart open. You're someone who stays with me, even when everything around me feels overwhelming. You're someone my mind holds on to, without even trying. And I know you may be confused right now, wondering why people were fighting over you, wondering why your name was even part of something so emotional. But I want you to know the real reason. Your presence in my life is stronger than you think, stronger than I expected. And some people noticed that before I even admitted it to myself. That's where everything started. That's why things exploded today. Because people can see the way I talk to you, the way I think about you, the way my tone changes when I say you, and they don't like the effect you have on me. But here's the thing, I'm not ashamed of how I feel when I talk to you. I'm not ashamed of the softness in my voice. I'm not ashamed of the closeness that's growing between us. The only thing that scares me is losing you. And that's why I'm talking to you gently right now, hoping you're still listening, hoping you're still here with me, mentally, emotionally, silently, because I need you to stay close. I want you to stay close, and I don't want this to push you away. If anything, I want it to bring us even closer, because this is the first time I'm letting you inside something I usually keep locked deep inside me. But listen to me carefully. This story isn't finished. This situation isn't over. And the truth behind this fight, the deeper truth, I haven't told you yet. I'm glad you're still here, because what I'm about to tell you now is the part they tried the hardest to hide from you. And I need you to listen closely, because this isn't something I can say casually. I'm speaking to you slowly, softly, with my heart open, because this part was the real reason everything exploded today. And the moment you hear it, you'll understand why I couldn't rest until I told you. The fight wasn't just about your name being removed. That was only the surface. The real problem started the moment someone said something about you that I couldn't ignore. I felt my entire body freeze the second I heard it. I don't even know how to explain it, but it felt like my blood got hot, my hands got tight, and I had to stop myself from reacting too quickly. Because when someone said she's distracting him, something inside me snapped. I didn't like that word. I didn't like how they said it. I didn't like the tone they used when they talked about you. It felt disrespectful. Not just to you, but to the way I feel about you. And I don't let anyone disrespect you like that. I don't let anyone talk about you like you're some random person in the background. And that's the moment the whole situation turned into a fight. Because I stood up for you in a way I didn't even plan. It just came out naturally. Like my heart spoke before my mind did. I said, don't talk about her like that. And the whole room went quiet. You know what silence feels like when everyone's shocked, right? That's exactly what happened. They looked at me like they had just discovered a secret I wasn't ready to admit. They stared at me like they could suddenly see every hidden emotion I had for you. And that scared me a little, because I never wanted them to expose what I wasn't ready to confess openly. But at the same time, I didn't regret it. I didn't regret defending you. I didn't regret speaking up. I didn't regret putting myself on the line for you. What I do regret is how deep the conversation went after that. One of them asked, "Why do you care so much?" And I didn't answer. I didn't answer because I didn't want other people to hear the truth before you did. I didn't want strangers to know the things I haven't even told you yet. I didn't want anyone else to speak about my feelings like they owned them. Another voice jumped in and said, "He changes when he talks to her. Look at him." And I felt the fear of being exposed. I felt the tension of having my emotions pushed into the open. I felt the panic of them discovering something that was supposed to be private, something between me and you. But the worst part, the part that made me so angry I could barely breathe, was when someone said, "Remove her from everything, she's becoming a problem." A problem. They called you a problem. And that's when I lost control. Not in a loud, dramatic way, but in a way where my voice dropped, my words got sharp, and I said something I never planned to say out loud. She's not the problem. She's the reason I'm still here. The moment I said that, the argument changed. The energy changed. The room changed. Everyone looked at me differently, and I could feel their questions filling the air. But I didn't care. I wasn't scared anymore. The fear faded the moment your name came into my heart. The moment I imagined you listening to me. The moment I imagined you hearing what I said. I felt more sure of myself than I have in a long time. And then they tried something that pushed me even further. They said, "Fine. If she matters that much to you, then she doesn't need to be part of this at all. Let her stay out of the issues. Let her stay in the dark. Stay in the dark. As if you're someone who should be hidden. As if you don't deserve to know. As if you don't deserve honesty." That's when I realized something. They weren't trying to remove you because you caused trouble. They were trying to remove you because I care about you more than they expected. They saw it. They felt it. They noticed the softness in my voice, the calmness you bring out of me, the way I get lost when I speak about you. You became a threat to the control they wanted over me. Your presence made me harder for them to manipulate. Your name made me stand my ground. You have no idea how powerful you are. Do you? Every time your name comes into a conversation, something in me changes. I become more honest, more real, more human, and that scares people who want me to stay cold and controlled. They don't like how warm I get when I think of you. And I'll admit something to you now. Something I didn't want to face earlier. I'm scared. Not scared of them. Not scared of the fight. Not scared of the fight. Not scared of the consequences. I'm scared of losing the connection I have with you. Because protecting you made me realize something I didn't want to say too early. Something I've been feeling, but couldn't put into words. Something I didn't want to rush, but the fight forced it into the open inside me. When your name was removed, I felt empty. When they talked about you in a way that didn't match your worth, I felt protected. When they tried to silence your presence, I felt scared. When they tried to hide everything from you, I felt angry. And when they asked why you matter so much, I realized something I wasn't